Hey.
I'm glad we didn't need a reason for her to be called Echo, but they
Welcome
hammer
back to Coming This
it
Summer.
over the head.
Too much. That was one of the worst parts of the thing.
I got it.
We echo through you, Echo.
I got it. I am watching the show called Echo. Thank you.
Guys, we're 3 episodes in.
Stop the Marvel
Yeah,
character
I got
Echo.
it. I'm on board.
I'm on. I'm in. I'm watching your show, aren't I? Yeah, thank you. You don't have to tell me why that's her name in the 5th episode. Yeah. Echo was great.
This was...
Despite that intro, we loved it.
Yeah, no. It was... If you're worried about the TikTok pattern that Marvel's got lately with the good to the bad to the good to the bad, I can honestly say now there's a couple good in a row, honestly, with TV shows at least.
Okay.
Loki to this. This obviously wasn't as good
Loki
as
to
Loki. What if was good?
Three in a row.
That's true.
Okay.
Now, again, obviously, we're not saying this was better than Loki because it wasn't, because Loki was amazing, at least in my opinion. But this was very much in the Hawkeye realm and Captain Winter Soldier more grounded side of the Marvel
level
stuff.
Street level.
I did like it. They wanted you to feel like you were watching the Netflix shows, and that's clearly what they're doing now that's in the timeline now too. The Marvel Spotlight thing, the music, it just feels like you're watching a Netflix show.
I have a problem already with the Marvel Spotlight thing. They roll Marvel Spotlight into last time on Hawkeye, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
You said Spotlight was going to be different and not attached to anything in the MCU, and that's why you have that specific banner on
this you had to get it to a place. You did, though. You had to connect. There had to be a pipeline to get it.
See, but then don't put your thing, but then don't.
But then you can never have a spot.
Because Kingpin is directly in this, and then he is going to be that end credit scene, blank, we'll get there.
Right.
It's directly related to things that'll happen in the MCU. So
But what I think the plan is, the Spotlight is going to end up being the ground level Avengers-style stuff. That's almost going to be its own phase name, for lack of a better...
Things like Moon Knight should have been a Marvel Spotlight.
I think they're going to retroactively make it that.
Right, just attach that
But it
card.
should be.
Yeah.
But you're right.
That's like an example.
Because the rumors are they're going to put Moon Knight and Daredevil and Echo and everything together, and I'm fine with that.
Let's get to the show. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. First episode, we get a little bit of New York. It's what she's been up to since Hawkeye / what she was up to before Hawkeye.
The first half of the episode is like, in case you didn't, which I appreciated. You
Yeah.
didn't need to have to watch Hawkeye.
No. They're like, here it is. And
Like
it's
they promised.
Jeremy Renner?
This was like
what?
a promise. Hey, guys, you won't have to watch the other thing.
We'll
Thank
catch you
you
up to speed. Yeah. And it doesn't like diminish Hawkeye in
No,
any way.
you only got that little scene of him kicking everybody's ass and then him like, your boss is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
We're the same.
So this show, we find out that, spoilers, Echo did not kill Kingpin because that would have been the worst decision they could have possibly made in that show.
But they also didn't backpedal to where she just wanted to half shoot him or scare him.
No.
She's like, no, I wanted you dead. I shot you
To
point
her, she
blank.
killed him.
She thought she killed him.
Like until like
They
episode
added
3.
the body drop sound that they didn't have in Hawkeye. You just heard the gunfire. This time you hear
thud. Yeah, 200-pound Kingpin fucking dropping to the ground. Yeah, man, I love this show. We get going right out the gate.
Yep.
She's like, I don't want to do this. Like, I don't. And then she kills like Kingpin, and then she fucking runs off.
She wants to go back. Wants to go back home, basically.
Yeah.
She wants to end the Kingpin Empire and become the Queen Pin.
The Queen Pin, which I hated, but I liked how they only said it once
time.
and didn't follow through on it. Yeah. It was funny to her to be like, I want it though. That's why.
Yeah, I think it was for this inner setup joke, kind of.
Yeah.
Because they don't go back to it.
This show forces you to pay attention to it. Because it's mostly in sign language.
Which I really like.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's most of the negative I've read is like, this was an excuse for bad writing so they can make everything. But no, because you're being sucked into the world of a deaf person. And my favorite parts are when she's fighting and it's super intense and then all you can hear is her
silent.
heart. You hear her heartbeat.
Yes.
I'm like,
that fucking rule.
That's all people are complaining about. I'm like,
or like the double heartbeat, and then when
she's grabbing him, then you can hear heart, and it's like that shit was awesome.
Fuck yeah.
I think we're gonna get a lot of that when the Daredevil series comes, because I think we're gonna have fights like that. With his, like when they're fighting. People were complaining about that fight too. I think you couldn't get much more. It's an Echo show, not a Daredevil show.
Before Daredevil shows up, this is 20 minutes into the first episode.
Yeah, by the way, we're just first episode.
This is the fight before that is like awesome. They do like a one cut, but they disguise the cuts with like transitions behind shit, and it's like, ooh, that's tight. That's tight cinematography right there.
Yeah, no, the show
and
shot
then
really nice.
shows up,
yep.
and you're like, what?
I've been watching them.
She starts fighting, and then like he kicks her ass basically, but she like puts up a fight, and you're like, I'm in.
I'm in. Then it goes full 90s Highlander.
Yeah.
She's on a motorcycle, and she's gotta be alone.
She's going to Oklahoma.
Yeah, she's the renegade.
Yeah. No, this show is great. I liked how like wholesome it felt too, with her going back to like her family and like roots and stuff. You know, like
hey, this is what people have been begging for. Well, Marvel go back to like phase 1 to make
get
everything.
out of New York City.
And we did it. Yeah. What do you guys want?
It's like we teased it for a little bit in the first episode, and then we're not going back.
Yep.
I assumed they would go back by the last episode. It's like no, Kingpin's going there. You know, like Kingpin's going to Oklahoma.
Well, it's all about her wanting to shut down Kingpin. In each episode, she's like the train thing in the second episode, the whole train chase.
Yeah, let's go
scene.
set piece to set piece because
So the first one, you get caught up. She leaves. She goes to Oklahoma, and that's that's what we get the lead into. And then the second one is she goes and starts visiting the people that like what is that? It's supposed to be her uncle that runs the skating rink.
Uncle Henry.
Yeah,
Uncle Henry.
And he's a Kingpin
lackey.
low level lackey. So
he runs like that division in that town.
Right, in that town. in the town in the middle of nowhere.
Right. Kingpin Industries right on the side or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's like
whatever the
Fisk,
fuck it's. Yeah.
Industries on this. Like, what? That's a weird
Well, that's not
flex,
obvious.
I guess.
And they have to go to like the high tower to like see it. It's like, doesn't she know if like Uncle Henry's fucking doing shit for Kingpin? Like
clearly she knows.
Clearly she knows, right?
Right.
That's why she's there. She's like, I need to talk to you.
Yeah.
You need to get me on this train. I need to figure shit out. And then he's like, no, you can't get on that
Yeah,
train.
one of my problems in the second episode, which was his lackey, who's like worked in the skating rink for 20 years or whatever, is somehow like also undercover that works for Kingpin, but he doesn't know that he works for Kingpin, even though Uncle Henry does work for Kingpin. You know what I mean? That was really weird.
Yeah.
He's like, who did you call? It's like, well, who else
do you
would he have
think?
called?
I know. And he doesn't take precautions. Like, fucking, what's her name? What's Echo?
Maya.
Mm-hmm. She just, like, rolls up to places. Like, it's nothing. Like,
I'm watching it like,
I
if
got
she's
info
deaf,
on the Kingslayer. It's like, why is she just rolling up to the skate rink then? Knock on the back door or
right?
something
and
or
he didn't
anything.
seem to have a problem with her until she wouldn't like pay the $7 to go skate. Because he literally goes, the lackey guy, no money? You ain't talking to Henry. You can get out of here.
Yeah.
And it's like,
What's
your problem, lady?
What?
And
I'm
it's
like, well, he's gonna turn. Like, it's so fucking like cliche. Yeah.
He was the weakest, and then like his friend. It felt like Five Nights at Freddy's. Like when he gets like he brings in like his entourage, and they're like the most like
cliche bad guys.
Completely
ever.
not. Yeah, they have no skill. Like, go wrestle her. It's like you just seen what she did.
The train scene is probably the best scene in this, other than the roller rink fight. I don't really know where to bounce around.
No, you're
know?
okay. I mean, that's basically it. It plods along.
It sucks when Marvel drops a whole fucking thing, and it's like, what do we talk about? You know.
Another issue was allegedly it was filmed as an 8-episode series, and they cut it down to the 5, which I do agree 8 probably would have been too much, but there did seem to be some things that we probably missed.
Yeah, landing didn't stick.
The landing
definitely
did not
didn't stick. It's revealed that she has like these powers of her ancestors that echo through time through her,
which
and
was the most generic, non-answering, and we still don't get like a concrete what her power is.
She can talk to ancestors, but only her mom sometimes.
And then can everyone see them?
No.
Okay, because like one of the fights, not a spoiler, but there's like a big one of the towards the end, one of the main fights. She's like, "You got to fight us all." She signs this thing, and then like all of her ancestors appear next to her. But I'm like, can they see them?
I think she's just like talking about Grams and
but then all of her ancestors are there. Okay,
yeah,
because I'm like,
I don't know.
Can Kingpin see them?
But then they don't start fighting. They just go away, even though they stand in the hero pose. Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like it's an Avengers scene.
We paid these actors, so we gotta get them for the final shot. You know. Yeah, the last end fight kind of fucking sucks, especially because the Echo Kingpin fight in Hawkeye was way better.
Yeah.
You know, this one it's just like.
Well, this one is like the whole thing is Kingpin's like simping for her.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like, you're my daughter.
I'd really appreciate if you'd have Sunday dinner with me. It's Thursday. I know.
I gave you this AR thing so you can only see me do sign language. Not everybody else you talk to for the rest of the series.
Well, she pulls it back out. There's like a real low-key scene where she like rolls up to a trash can, like rips it out and flicks it in the trash can. I didn't see that, yeah. Which I'm like, why would you do that?
Yeah, that's like
that's
badass.
Superpower thing. Like, make me that now.
I know.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, mass produce that, bro, and you wouldn't have to do your illegal shit. Bro, I cured deafness. Or, hey, just cure deafness because you're Kingpin in the MCU and you can do anything.
He literally goes, I had the boys at the lab cook me up a little present. And it's like, well, you're right. Like, wait a minute.
Mass produce that, and then you don't have to do illegal shit.
You can sell that for $99.99, and now you're a trillionaire. And everybody in the world can buy contacts where everything can be seen as sign and hear. It does both for you.
And now you don't have to fight Daredevil or a future Spider-Man. Yeah, you're good, bro. You set.
No. We're gonna tie that loose end up real quick. Ready? And we'll forget about that.
Yeah.
That's literally what it was.
We're not doing that.
We're not doing that. Put a scene in where she throws it in the trash can randomly on her way to the roller rink.
And he couldn't give her like an ear thing because that would defeat the entire purpose of her being a deaf character.
So he had to take the device, basically. By putting it on her, it was still for him. Yeah. It was fun though. It was comic booky.
Yeah,
it had
definitely.
It felt very the intro, like you like the opening credit. The song is a little weird, but I love the '90s.
It was
Renegade.
a James Bond fucking intro.
She's like cloudy skies and riding
faces,
the bike, and
fade into other character faces. Yeah. Oh fuck yeah, so good. It was so good. I'm gonna give this probably not as high as I should, but definitely a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I was gonna give it a 7.5. I was thoroughly entertained. The end dropped the ball, which now it has been a Marvel 3 show. Minus Loki, 3 out of the last 4 shows have just fumbled the finale, and I don't know how.
Just straight fumbled.
I don't know how you do that. You set it up 4 episodes of me going, damn, this is like really good.
Like,
and
I
then,
want to be in this world more,
Yeah.
and then it's like, well, it ends next episode
you got
in
20
30
minutes.
Yeah. What? Why? We're gonna solve all that shit.
People were saying we're like too many episodes and too much wheel spinning. It's like, well, yeah, that doesn't mean cut out everything.
I know. Yeah, it was definitely rough to see. Yeah, Landing did not stick. Go watch it for yourself.
Better than She-Hulk, though.
Better than She-Hulk.
Better than Secret Invasion.
Better than Secret Invasion.
I don't know if I liked it necessarily more than Miss Marvel, though. That show was fun to me. Like, that was about that level.
Different show.
It's a different show.
Yeah.
It's like adult Miss Marvel.
She didn't fight herself at the end, so that was a plus, I guess, for Marvel. She didn't even fight.